What started as a crazy idea quickly became the most challenging adventure we'd ever taken on. Driving across the country with our 1-year-old daughter from the streets of Siem Reap all the way to the remote island of Koh Rong Samloem. Long days, breakdowns, chaos, exhaustion, but somewhere along the way, it also became one of the most fulfilling experiences of our lives. This is our 1-month journey across Cambodia by TukTuk. Alright guys, welcome back to Siem Reap, Cambodia. I am just now on my way to go and pick up our TukTuk, which we're renting for the next month or so while we're here in Cambodia from a company called TukTukrental.com. We used them in Sri Lanka 2 years ago and had the most epic time. They've recently opened a branch here in Cambodia and we thought, what better way to see a country than in a tuk-tuk? I'm gonna go pick up the tuk-tuk. I'm gonna have a chat with the people there who have really helped us plan our trip. We're gonna be in Cambodia for a little over a month. We actually extended our visas because as soon as we got here and got to Siem Reap, we realized that 30 days just isn't enough time to see everything. So I'm gonna go and have a bit of a chat to them and also just have a bit of a talk about the general safety here in Cambodia, because there's a lot of stuff in the news and a lot of stuff going on at the moment. And to be honest, I think a lot of people have been scared off coming to Cambodia, and having been here for almost a week now and spoken to a lot of locals and a lot of expats that live here, they've assured us that it is completely safe. And honestly, Cambodia relies on tourism, so we're hoping this series is gonna open some people's eyes to the fact that Cambodia is safe, and maybe we can help bring some tourism to the area, which is much needed because they do rely on tourism. Anyway, I think my ride is here, so I'm gonna jump in. Hello. Yes. How you doing?
Good. How about you?
Good, man, good.
Ashan?
Yeah.
You?
Lloyd.
Lloyd?
Yes.
Hey Lloyd.
Hey, how are you, John?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Have a sit.
Yeah, cool. Okay, so I'm here with John. Come to pick up the tuk-tuk. They're just doing like the final check, like oil and everything, getting everything ready. And then I'm going to take it for a quick drive because it was 2 years ago that I drove a tuk-tuk. I don't really remember. I mean, I think I'll remember as soon as I start driving, but I need a refresher. In the meantime, I thought I'd ask John just about like safety and traveling to Cambodia right now, because there's been a lot of stuff on the news and in social media about traveling to Cambodia, and yeah, he's going to explain the situation a little bit better. You said this has been going on for 800 years, the border conflict,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So it's nothing new.
No, I mean, I remember when I was in secondary school, grade 9, I was sitting in a classroom and there's no social media, no Facebook. heard it from my teacher. Oh yeah, we have a fighting going on in the border. So, okay. And then now it happened again for me in my life. That's the second time.
Yeah.
And then quite normal. You walk around and people still smile. And it's nothing new, right? People still smile. Yes, it's sad for people in the border. And but super safe, right? People now they displaced from where they used to live close to the border. Now it's like over 50 kilometers away from the border. So which means 50 kilometers away from the border, it's safe along the Cambodia-Thailand border. And all the Cambodians are very friendly, and then they're not gonna bother you while you're traveling around Cambodia, but they definitely help you if you need. Everyone will come and help you if you need. They help.
Yeah, and so that's the same as what I've been hearing from other locals and expats who've been living here. Basically, it's just a border issue. We're not going to be going anywhere near the border, and the rest of Cambodia is completely safe. And I actually was talking to an expat yesterday, and she said the worst thing that might happen is somebody might invite us over for dinner and invite us to come into their home and enjoy a meal with them, and that's probably the worst thing that will happen, which sounds pretty good. Hope that sheds some light for you guys, and you can see that it is still safe to travel to Cambodia. TukTuk's ready, we're going to check it out and take it for a bit of a test spin. I remember the first time I drove a TukTuk in Sri Lanka, I was really nervous because Sri Lanka's kind of hectic. It's not that bad here, it's nowhere near as bad. Oh, nice. It's quite big, huh? This one's convertible, yeah?
Yeah, it's like that.
We've got the baby seat for Lila, which is amazing. And we can fit our luggage in here. Perfect. All right. Should we drive it?
Okay, so you can start like this. So in the morning, you need to start at least like 3 times because the engine is cold, you know.
Yes.
Start it and rev the gas a little bit and check the handbrake and turn it off. Hold the clutch and go to first. Release the brake and slower clutch like this.
Yep.
And gas a little bit.
Yeah.
Like this.
Okay, my turn. I'm gonna give it a go. You wanna hold this?
Yeah. Neutral.
First is down, right?
No need to hold the clutch. Just press the brake and start it. Start with the key. A little bit gas. Turn it. Nice. And check the handbrake. Yeah, perfect.
The gear doesn't come up here.
Yeah, no. Only neutral. Wow, nice. Then turn left, yeah. Do you want to try the reverse?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Okay, just go in, just turn left. Okay. So you have to go straight a little bit and then reverse back to office. Okay? Okay. Okay, I will go up. Like this. Yeah. Pull it up. Nice. Okay, calm. Okay. Right. Nice. best driver.
Cheers, bro. That wasn't too bad, actually. Alright, got the TukTuk and we're off. I'm feeling pretty excited about this road trip. But first, we're gonna spend, we've got like a couple of weeks in Siem Reap, which will give me a good amount of time to get used to driving this thing, but also like, there's just so much to do here that we didn't want to rush too much. So I'm already feeling like just so much more free having our own transport. Like we can go and explore so many different places. And yeah, honestly, when we first booked this trip, I was a little bit apprehensive just because like our Sri Lanka TukTuk trip was so much fun, but it was also like kind of chaotic, you know, a lot of stuff happened. It's not a very developed country, so there were some hard things about traveling through Sri Lanka, but Cambodia just feels easy. So I think we're going to be fine, and we're not going to rush or anything. We're going to have fun, we're going to take it easy. And I'm excited to get home and show Mandy this TukTuk because this thing's awesome. It's convertible. Can't wait to get the roof off and go on some really nice scenic drives because I've seen some really cool places to drive. That was my first police checkpoint. All good, they didn't stop me. Hopefully we don't have any issues there. I don't think we will. I mean, I've got the right license, I've got a IDP, so I don't see what they could get us on. Hey! Hey!
Look at this.
What do you think?
This is awesome. It's big.
All right, we've just hopped in the TukTuk. We're gonna go watch sunset at a spot that's meant to be very beautiful for watching the sunset. Apparently there's a temple there. We've got Lila in her little car seat here in the back of the TukTuk. It's so awesome. Yeah, we're gonna take this for a spin. I'm so excited. We haven't done this since Sri Lanka.
have beer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many beers?
4.
Cambodia.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's that? Can you say hello? Hello. Hi.
All right, Lloyd grabbed us some beers on the way. How was that ride, Lila? A bit bumpy, hey?
We probably could go further up, but it's a bit sketchy. We started going up the hill and started rolling backwards. This thing's not exactly made for steep hills.
Yeah.
I was told most of Cambodia is pretty flat, so this is a pretty good view here, though.
It's awesome.
Yeah. Backdrop to a photo too.
Yeah. All right. What was this lookout called?
Phnom Krom.
Phnom Krom. Oh, look at the floating villages. So cool. So it was my first time flying the drone. I thought I was following us in the TukTuk, and it wasn't us. And the battery ran out, and it just did a forced landing, and now we can't find it. I'm in a bit of trouble.
And it's getting dark.
And it's getting dark, and we're like in this like floating Cambodian village, and yeah, chances of us finding it at the moment are pretty slim. Not a good thing. Okay, it's got our last recorded location on here. It's just given us the coordinates, and it says it's 2 minutes away, so oh my gosh, fingers crossed we find it. Very local neighborhood. Might be on a rooftop, hey. Hello! Hello! Hi! Might be in the water. Hi! Hello. 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 It's definitely in the water. We've got kids riding on the back of it. Hi! Hello! Hi! Hi! Who's that, Lala? Oh my god, so many kids. Yeah. Hello. Lila's waving at everyone. I'll just get out where it says that it is, okay, and just have a browse.
You reckon?
Yeah. Well, it wouldn't land in water, would it?
I can't really just like.
Where does it say?
I don't know, back there.
Hi.
Yeah.
Out there. Okay.
Hello. Hello, sir.
Okay.
You drive over here, okay?
Okay, okay.
Yeah. Okay.
See the tuk-tuk.
Yes, okay.
We go?
Yeah. Ở đây em chỉ để vô pin nè bạn, pass up bên này lên này.
Okay, we made it back home. Unfortunately, the drone did do an emergency landing into the water. Some of the local people found it, and they were absolutely awesome in helping us locate it and get it back. It was pretty crazy. Lloyd ended up jumping on the back of a motorbike and going with one of the local guys to go pick it up from the security office.
that it had been turned into. I was just left with Lila in this floating village, and they were so beautiful. They brought us into their home. They were offering us they were offering me a chair to sit on and just like playing with Lila, and everyone was so excited that we were there. I think it was a huge testament to how safe Cambodia really is, you know, that Lloyd was able to just like leave me in this local area with my daughter, and I felt completely comfortable. Yeah, it was pretty crazy. It did end up being both mine and Lloyd's fault. I ventured off the path a little bit. I was following us with the drone, but I did venture off a little bit, and the coordinates that we got were actually the coordinates back to where we had originally launched the drone from, not where it had last been. So that's where the confusion was, and that's why it ultimately ended up doing the emergency landing. So we won't have a drone for a little while. Lloyd's seeing right now if he can fix it or if it's going to charge.
I've had it plugged in for about an hour now and it's not turning on or anything. So I'd say the battery's probably toast. We'll see if we can get it fixed. Alright, it's about 5 AM here in Siem Reap and we're about to head off to Angkor Wat, which is something we've been really excited about since we got here actually. It's probably the main reason most people come to Siem Reap. There is thousands and thousands and thousands of years of history here in Angkor Wat, which I'll get into along the way, but we gotta leave because Angkor Wat opens at 5. The sunrise is around 6:30. It's about a 20-minute drive by car, so probably a bit longer for us. And we want to try and beat the crowds a little bit. We've already bought our tickets, but I've heard the crowds can get pretty crazy, so we've got to jump in the tuk-tuk and go. Alright, we made it. The drive out here is pretty cool actually, very easy. It is 5:30ish, the moon's still up. Lila's up. Barely. We were told all this stuff about like needing to bring your passport and stuff for the tickets because they're really strict. They weren't strict at all. They just looked at our tickets that we bought online, scanned them and let us straight in. But we don't really know where we're going. Just kind of following the crowd, which there is already a lot of people. Okay, in case you've never heard of Angkor Wat, it is the largest religious temple or religious monument in the world. It covers more area than the Vatican. There's just some incredible facts about it. I've actually been interested in it for a couple of years. I've been really getting into like ancient architecture, like the pyramids, Angkor Wat, the Mayan temples, and everything about it is just kind of impossible, honestly. Everything aligns with the sun. There's a moat that goes around Angkor Wat, which you'll see here, which is like 8 kilometers long, and this was supposedly built by hand nearly 1,000 years ago. It just seems impossible, and the carving of everything, like apparently it took 30 years to build. The entire complex is perfectly aligned with the sun. So during the spring equinox, the sun rises directly over the central tower. Something that like even modern architects these days wouldn't be able to pull off, which is what's so insane about it. It was originally a Hindu temple, but since was converted into a Buddhist temple. I guess because Cambodia is a Buddhist country now. Even just little things that you might not think about, like, so let's say this was built 1,000 years ago, which I have my doubts, and so do a lot of other people. Look at these pavers here. Look at the size of them. Each one of these pavers probably weighs, I don't know, a ton each or something. Look how the sun rises right over the entrance.
So beautiful. Look at all the people.
Wow.
I really didn't think that many people would get up this early for this, but yeah, it's very busy.
I was actually wondering why it opened so early and why everybody decides to come so early, but it makes perfect sense now because it's all, this is what it's for. Like, look at this backdrop.
Okay, everyone else has veered or just gone straight. We're veering to the left here to see if we can beat the crowds. I cannot believe how many people are here. It's crazy.
Thousands, eh?
Thousands of people. I was like, every other time we go to a tourist place, it doesn't get busy maybe till about like 8 or 9 or something like that. Like there's not as many people dedicated to getting up first thing in the morning. Do you reckon we just go straight up here?
Yeah.
There's nobody here. Cool. Wow. This is incredible. You can still see the moon up there, little sliver of it. It's a new moon. Wow. Look at all the details and carved into the walls. Wow. That would have taken so much work to do every little thing.
This place just never ends. Wow, look at this. Good?
Pretty cool, yeah. It's like the same as down here, it's just up higher. But the climb up, like the view from up there is pretty beautiful. Stairs are so steep.
Moat that you see out the front is over 600 feet wide, and as I mentioned, was made by hand. And it wasn't just for defense, it was actually like an irrigation system that they came up with, which is just insane. But there's also some, like, I don't know if you call them conspiracy theories or just alternate theories that a lot of locals believe, and also like alternative archaeologists, because most archaeologists agree that it was built 800 to 1,000 years ago, but a lot of people think that that's not actually the true story. And the biggest reason for that is the astronomical alignment. And the geometry are just too accurate for the tools officially credited to the Khmer Empire. So apparently if you take a look at Angkor Wat from above, it aligns like perfectly with the Draco constellation, which, if you think about it, would have been impossible to do 1,000 years ago, considering they didn't even know about that constellation. Alright, we're pretty much done with Angkor Wat. It's about 7 AM. Been here for about an hour and a half. We're going to drive the tuk-tuk to Bayon Temple, which is about a 10 to 15 minute drive. And then we're going to go to this iconic tree, Bayon Taprom. Is that what it's called?
Taprom.
Taprom.
Yeah.
This iconic tree named Taprom. So we recommend, if you're going to come to Angkor Wat, hiring a tuk-tuk for the day. Like, you could hire your own driver to drive you around. I don't think you need a tour guide, honestly, but you can do that if you want. It's probably like, I think it's like $12 for a tour guide. We had a lot of people offering, but we like to do things at our own pace. So a couple of other things, there's like sculptures and drawings of animals that they just shouldn't have known existed 1,000 years ago, like a stegosaurus. Like, how did they know that that existed 1,000 years ago before archaeology discovered that sort of stuff? And they've actually done like LiDAR scans recently, flying over the top of it using satellites. I don't know how they do it. I'm going to sound like a dummy here, but they do believe now that Angkor Wat was actually built on top of an entirely different structure, bigger, larger city, and it could date back thousands and thousands and thousands of years. Also, some of the chambers in Angkor Wat produce like a very unique sound frequency, and they believe that it could have been built as an energy source through sound and vibration, which I know sounds crazy, but I've heard this said about the Great Pyramids as well.
Right, Lloyd's just giving Lila a bottle. It's a lot of carrying, walking with the baby, but definitely worth it.
this is the type of homeschooling I like doing. I feel like she's, even though she's too young to understand a lot of things, I know that her nervous system's going to remember, and I feel like learning is lifelong. So I think this is a still worthwhile investment for her. This is the Bayon Temple. It has these incredible faces carved out into the stone. Oh, they look so cool from here. The sun's hitting them just in the perfect way. This is just such a magical place.
Okay, so I don't know if it's obvious by now or not, but Angkor Wat's more of a city than a temple. We just drove for like 5 kilometers or about 15 minutes just to get to one of the other temples, and now we're going to go drive another 10 minutes. So like, I definitely recommend having your own transport here. Either getting a tuk-tuk driver or do what we did, hire your own tuk-tuk from tuktukrental.com. They're a really cool company, and they rent all their tuk-tuks off local owners. So the local owners make more money from renting them out to the company than they do from just like driving, you know, people around. But yeah, you definitely need transport here, and you could spend all day here, but we'll probably be here for another hour or something. Then we'll go get some food and take Lila home for a nap. It's already like 8:30. 9 o'clock. We've been here for like 3 hours already.
This is going to be our final stop because Lila's starting to get over it. And we have been here for quite a few hours, but we've come to see a famous tree that sort of has weaved itself into the stone and the building. There's the beautiful faces again in this temple. Ta Prohm Temple, it's called. We're going the right way, you think?
Yeah.
We can hear this like magical music off in the distance. Wonder where it's coming from. Wow, it's so peaceful through here. There's not many other tourists here yet, and all you can hear is like monkeys and insects and birds. We're like deep in the jungle right now. We're just coming up to the temple here. Oh, it looks so pretty. This looks like something out of like Indiana Jones.
Yeah. Isn't there a Tomb Raider temple here?
Oh, that's right. Yeah. They filmed a movie here, didn't they?
Hey?
Didn't they film the movie here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I leave a piece of my heart in every place that we visit. We're never quite the same people when we leave as when we arrived. We weren't expecting to fall in love with Siem Reap the way we did. Our stay ended up being much longer than we had originally intended. But it was time to head off, to start our journey around Cambodia in our TukTuk.
And my mind gets tired of waiting. It'd be wasted time to save this. Is it so wrong to wanna walk away from all the changes? Need to switch up my thoughts now. Need to cut off my ties now.
exhaustion in my shoes. Hello. Iced tea? Iced tea? Little sweet.
Tay which one? All day.
So we're driving to Phnom Penh, but it says it's like 5 hours to Phnom Penh from Siem Reap, and in a tuk-tuk that's just not realistic. You need to add like 40%. So we decided to stop halfway there at a place called Kampong Thon. So we got a hotel room for the night, and we're about halfway to Kampong Thon. We've been driving for about 2 and a bit hours. It said 2.5 hours on the maps, but realistically it's going to be like 4.5, which is just what it is in a tuk-tuk. We just stopped off to get a drink at this local cafe and a couple of iced teas, and then hopefully should only have about an hour and a half left to drive. So far the road's been really good. It's just one big highway. Not many places to pull in and get something to eat or drink. That's all very local, but that's okay. And I think when we get to the hotel, we'll probably be able to go and get a really nice feed somewhere close by.
Okay, we're about halfway there. Just made a quick pit stop for some drinks and to use the bathroom. Stretch the legs a little bit. I feel like it's going faster than I thought it would. How are you feeling after driving?
Yeah, I was worried it was going to be double the amount of time it said it would. I don't think it's that bad. 2.5 hours probably turn into 4, but that's with stops. So
yeah,
that's right.
Okay.
Made it.
Made it. Not too bad.
What's this place called again? The town, or this place that we are. Lila, come back. Where are you going? Come on.
Kampong Thon.
Kampong Thon. Come on, honey.
Hello. Not too bad.
I always get a little anxious at the beginning of a new journey. Even on moving days, switching hotels, even arriving somewhere new. I think after being uncomfortable so much in our lives, there's actually something comforting about it.
Pretty hungry?
I think that if we're not uncomfortable, we're not really growing.
Rice girl? Eating all the rice? Eating all the rices?
It's on grab too, so if it's really good.
Came with so many like flowers and stuff.
There's so many things around. I don't know. Meant to eat, even you're not meant to eat that, right? What about these? I've got
Yeah,
cabbage.
that's cabbage, yeah.
And this one?
That's shallots, I think. Yeah, and this is like coriander. You gotta put some of that stuff. Maybe just not the flowers, but definitely that stuff.
The chicken curry had a lot of weird stuff in it. This is... What is it?
I think it's blood pudding. It looks like blood pudding.
We might have come to somewhere that's just a little too Cambodian for us. But it's good. Like, it tastes good. It's just so... like the look or the texture.
Okay, one of my absolute favorite things about traveling in Asia is that when you go out to a meal, generally the people that work there will help you if you have a baby so you can eat. They were just entertaining Lila while Lloyd and I ate, playing with her, and she was even being a little bit fussy just because she'd been in the tuk-tuk for a while today and was wanting to run around. But that's super common in Asia, and I'm so appreciative of it. Traveling in Asia with a kid has been, yeah, just really great for that.
Button. I need coffee. Something I eat.
I think a big part of why we love being in different countries so much is because it's accepted to be a little weird, a little different.
There's not really any pressure to conform. We're just accepted for doing things differently because we're not from there. And I really like that.
Hello, how are you? Can I get iced Americano, large, big size, and iced chocolate, no sweet. Thank you.
Thank you, honey.
That'll work.
Cantik. Oh, baby. Go Phnom Penh. Let's go Phnom Penh.
Phnom Penh, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boss.
Come on.
Nice.
Even that's better.
Nice. Oh, baby. Okay. Okay.
Akon.
Thank you.
Akon, thank you so much. Wow. The zipper on our tuk-tuk broke on Lila's side. We couldn't get it fixed, and this random stranger just saw us struggling on the side of the road and came and helped us. Seriously, Cambodians are the best. Okay, so we're finding that, so there are 5. Right. We're finding that nowhere accepts card along the way at the moment. Even 7-Eleven didn't, which is really weird. I don't think we've ever been to a 7-Eleven that doesn't accept credit card. And even the big restaurants and stuff along the way aren't accepting it, so we're struggling to find somewhere that we can get a proper feed from.
Yeah, I got out enough cash before we left, pretty much just for fuel and like the odd coffee here and there, thinking like everywhere else would just take a card, but they only take that scan app thing, which you need a Cambodian bank account to scan, or cash, and we're down to like, so I think we have 10,000, 14,000. It might be enough to eat.
14,000. Should we go check and see if 14,000 is enough?
Yeah, let's check. 14,200.
Okay. Sort of. All right, we're too poor for this place. Unfortunately, everything's like $5 or $6. Oh well, we'll see if we can find somewhere else to eat.
Driving through the Cambodian countryside in a tuk-tuk felt like something out of a movie. Something I still can't believe we're actually living.
Definitely arrived in the city. The roads have gotten way more hectic. The second leg of the journey has been much more challenging, less smooth than the first half was. But Lila's been an absolute trooper. She's been amazing. She slept for most of it. So yeah, pulling into the city a lot more hectic than Siem Reap first impressions.
Oh, right, we made it to Phnom Penh. Holy shit, it's 4 o'clock. I think I said it, if we made it by 3, that would be good. But we did stop off a couple of times for a while. I'm absolutely knackered. I don't know what it is about driving a tuk-tuk. It's just like, I think the hyper awareness of like, you're getting overtaken by trucks and cars, and there's a lot of dust. And then coming into Phnom Penh, there's a lot of traffic, so yeah, I'm feeling a little bit jittery. We're back to the hotel apartment. We're just gonna go find this pub that looks really good to go get something to eat, because we're starving. We haven't really eaten all day.
We ended our long journey in Phnom Penh with a beer and buffalo wings at a small hole-in-the-wall American pub called Shakey's. Tomorrow, we start exploring a brand new city.
Okay, we're in Phnom Penh. We've been here for a few days, literally just working. We've finally got some free time. It's Saturday night, and the number one thing everyone has told us to do is to come down to the Riverside night market and check it out. It's on every weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Okay, I'm going to try and do this again. We are in Phnom Penh and we've been here for a few days, but we've literally just been at our hotel working for the last 4 days. It's Saturday night and we were told the number one thing to do in Phnom Penh, especially on a weekend, is to come down to the weekend night markets here at Riverside City Centre. We just got here, it's about 5:30. Everyone's starting to set up. And this looks to me like the biggest night market I've ever seen. They're about to shut the main road off here at 6 o'clock, so there'll be no traffic. But at the moment, it's just a lot of markets setting up. So we're gonna try a bunch of food. We're gonna see if there's any cool stuff to buy. Apparently there's some live music. There's beers you can get. There's pretty much everything. And this market looks like it goes as far as the eye can see. This might be the biggest market we've ever been to. We're gonna have to chase Lila around, let her run around a little bit, and we'll take you guys along with us. This is our first impressions of Phnom Penh, Cambodia. Hello. And squid? Squid? Yeah. Try some squid?
Yeah. I'm on the hunt for one of those snakes on a stick. I'm gonna try snake today.
I tried it a couple of weeks ago. It's whatever.
Oh, you're so much better than me. You're so much more evolved.
It tasted like crispy chicken.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I want to try.
I was told if there was 3 things to try here, one of them was the squid. How much, sorry?
10,000 riyal.
10?
10,000 riyal.
Is it good? You wanna try some? Do you wanna try some squid?
She loves it. You like it?
Really good. So fresh.
Liver, okay. All liver?
Beef.
Beef? Chicken?
Beef, no chicken.
Beef?
Beef.
No liver? Liver? No liver? I don't know.
What's the balls? Like
Beef ball, beef ball.
beef ball.
Beef ball?
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, beef ball with that one.
One.
Is it good?
I'm trying to figure out what the meat is.
They said beef.
I kept saying liver a lot though.
Yeah. It's really good. The meat's really tender.
Is it beef?
I don't know what kind of meat it is. Kind of omelet. Hello, how are you? Dear. Hello. Hello. Okay, they just shut down the street, I believe, and now it's a walking street. It's getting pretty busy here. There's so many stalls, lots of food, clothes, everything you can think of. We're gonna see what other food we can try. Lila's just being a bit difficult. She won't leave this manhole. So there's the ladies that sell the flashing balloons. I bought one for Lila already. She destroyed it within 5 minutes. It's kind of manipulative. They like put it in the baby's hands, or like pretty much hand it to the baby, so then you have to be the villain that takes it out of their hands. And of course they crack it because they want it. But I can't buy her one every single time a balloon comes around, and they're built to break pretty quickly. I've been like having a bit of a back and forth with this one lady with the balloon. She keeps trying to give it to Lila. I'm like, no. Hello. What is this?
It's for the pig, the egg, for the egg,
Yeah.
for the pig. It's the banana, and then jackfruit.
Jackfruit?
Yes,
Oh. What's this one?
it's one pig, for the pig.
Oh, pork. Yeah. Okay.
Pork?
This one's pork.
I'll try that.
Yeah. Can we get one of those ones, please?
Five.
5,000? Yeah.
Yeah, take 5,000.
Okay.
Hey, madam.
Akon.
Thank you, madam.
Akon. Okay, we got some form of like sticky rice with pork in it, I believe. That's like deep fried. Looks pretty good. Coming to a night market with a baby and filming has added a whole extra level of stress. So bear with us while we get used to doing this, guys. That's pretty good, that.
Did you put the sauce on it?
Yeah. It's like a hot sauce.
think Lila will like this actually.
Yeah.
Not with the hot sauce.
No. So far, Lila's loved all the food that we've gotten, which is crazy. She's not picky. And some guy just got a video of her with a beer can in her mouth, so that's great. So, see that circulating, sorry. There's nothing in it.
I love you.
Yeah.
លោកបានចូលរួមចំណែករៀងរាល់សប្តាហ៍ថ្ងៃសៅរ៍អាចទៅចិត្តរៀងចិត្តល្អប្រពៃល្អណាស់ម្ចាស់ថ្លៃទេវតាទិសទាំង8បាច់កាព្រួជ័យ God bless you អូចាយអរគុណណាស់
Alright, we just ordered massive cups of beer with ice because it's a lot easier to carry around and drink through a straw. I know, it's weird, but trust me, it's convenient.
What is that? Corn dog. Okay. Okay, no. Thank you. Hello. What is this one? Sorry, chicken. Can I get one of those? One and rice? Right. Yeah.
I think I'm in a dream. I just can't wake up when you stay with me. And I think I might be scared to move on. Don't lie.
One curry cup.
Okay.
Curry cup. Sorry, change. Mandy has been craving ice cream since we got here, so she asked me to go get her one. And I got one in a cup. She usually prefers the cone. I have a feeling she's not going to be too happy about it. We'll see. The cup, alright?
I wanted a cone.
I knew it.
I thought you would have known. I always get a cone.
Cones are too messy. I can't do it.
Okay. Thank you.
Even though it was for you. Probably should have got you a cone. Do you want me to go get you a cone?
No. I just want ice cream. I just like the
How would you
idea
eat?
of a cone anyway.
How would you eat with a cone right now?
I'd make it happen.
Very good ice cream. Where do you want to head out from? Look how busy it is. She's taught the dogs to collect money in a basket, so that's pretty smart.
Why are so many people watching this?
I don't know. Okay, I screwed up and I ended up getting ice cream instead of the cheesecake that I've been eyeing up the entire time that we've been here. I might have to do 2 desserts. Can we find the cheesecake again? And I'll get it takeaway.
I have no idea where it is.
There was like 6 of them. Yeah. And the Mexican place.
That's turn into juice.
Okay, that has to be one of the best markets that we've ever been to, I think. Definitely one of the busiest. And it's awesome because it's like the street's actually wide enough for the amount of people that are there. So like there's heaps of people, but you're not too cramped. Lots of space to sit down, lots of rubbish bins. Yeah, just overall a really good market, really enjoyed it.
We only really went to half of it.
Yeah. Highly recommend it if you're coming to Phnom Penh. It's definitely it's definitely overly busy at the moment because it was just the new year and I think more people are out at the moment, but yeah, such a good time.
So many people wanted to speak to like us and Lila. I think we just stand out really bad.
Yeah.
Like people just coming up and giving us high fives and stuff.
Yeah.
Wanting to say hello to Lila.
Yeah, and even just like saying thank you for being here, which is pretty nice. I feel very welcome.
Alright, we're headed to Kampot today from Phnom Penh, which is supposed to be about a 3-hour drive. We're just about to leave, except we found a little issue with our zipper again. Since we had it parked up here at the hotel, for whatever reason, I think someone maybe unzipped it. And so we've got to try and fix it again because otherwise it'll just flap around and there'll be no like wind protection for Lila, which, you know, on a 3-hour drive we can't really be doing that. We're going to try and get that sorted and get on the road because a 3-hour drive in this will probably turn into 4, maybe more. But apparently it's a really beautiful drive, countryside, not too much traffic or anything, so it should be alright. Who did it?
Not me.
It's weird because there was tape, it was all taped up and everything, and we've pretty much had it parked here since we got here. So I think someone, for whatever reason, might have unzipped it. I'm not sure why, but not realizing that it was broken, because we're just going to keep it zipped up for the whole time. I know it doesn't sound like a big deal, but when you're driving this thing on the highway with a lot of wind coming in and you got a baby in there, like, you do need it shut. We'll get that sorted before we leave. Okay, hopefully it starts. Yeah, not bad. Been sitting here for a few days. We're good to go.
Good to be back on the road. Really fun exploring a new city, but I'm not a city person. I get so drained after like a week of being in like this busy of a place. I'm so excited to get back to the countryside. Kampot looks beautiful, and we're staying in like a Riverside bungalow. I think it's gonna be perfect after this, after spending time in the city and just reconnect with nature. I always feel a bit frazzled and just like I'm ready to get out of here, but it was really fun. We had a really good time, ate some good food. We were really busy, like we pretty much just like worked and vlogged the entire time, did a bunch of editing, got a lot of stuff done, and now we're just gonna get to enjoy just hanging out at this really cool spot that we're gonna stay at. I'm so excited. I wish I could get more Cambodian people's reactions to us driving the tuk-tuk ourselves. Literally every time we're at like a red light, there's people like giving us thumbs up and like giving Lloyd the nod. They're so stoked on him driving it. I love it. It just must not be that common here yet. I hope that it gets more common after people seeing this series, because it's been so awesome having it. Just such an incredible way to see the country, and it also helps out local people who rent out their tuk-tuks. Drinks?
Yeah.
Where are you going?
Good, we're halfway there.
Already?
Yeah, we're halfway there. It's just one straight road all the way down. It's kind of, it's actually a lot more built up than the road in between Siem Reap and Phnom Penh. So
Yeah.
There's been heaps of places to stop.
Still cash only everywhere?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's cash only or that ABA pay, which is that you need a Canadian bank account. But,
Cambodian, you mean?
hey?
Cambodian bank account? Not Canadian.
I said Cambodian.
You said Canadian.
Well, we'll see in the edit what I said.
Okay.
You need a Canadian bank account. You need a Canadian bank account. But I got lots of cash this time, so.
Okay, good.
We're all good.
All right.
Pretty much do that.
Yeah. Looks like it. Okay, we've arrived in Kampot. We're just about to check into our room or our tree house, whatever it is. Feels like it's gonna start raining soon. Oh no, actually there's just like misters everywhere. I thought it was raining. Oh, it's so much cooler here than where we just were. This is really cool. So cool.
Yeah, Mama, look at this. Yeah, be gentle. Oh, another one.
starving too.
We're gonna get on one of these things. What is it? Like one of those boats you paddle with your feet?
I think so. Pretty cool. They might do it for you. Looks like you might just sit.
It's pretty cool.
This place is sort of interesting. There's like a carousel up in the air that you can just pay to come use. We're definitely going on that, Lala.
Yeah, so I'll get more in depth into like what the place actually is, but we just literally were looking for accommodation in Kampot and saw this tree house on the river and thought that'd be cool. And then after we booked it, realized it was like basically attached to this resort, I guess you call it. Big restaurant, a couple of boats. There's a restaurant boat, and it's massive. There's like, yeah, there's a carousel and a bunch of different stuff for kids to do. So I think it's going to be easy to entertain Lila here for a few days while we explore Kampot. Tell you what, after that drive, nothing better than a cold beer. Okay, I'm just sitting on the deck here watching all of these fishing boats come back in. So this river, every morning at around 5 a.m, the owner told me that all the fishing boats head out for the day. And then around 5 p.m, I think it's about 5 p.m. now, they all come back. And there's honestly, like, I've seen probably 30 boats drive by. And it's kind of nice, like it's kind of calming and peaceful in a weird way, just watching them all go by. We ended up changing rooms because the treehouse just not ideal for a toddler, which we'd already talked about before coming here. When we booked it with them, we said, look, we'll come and check it out. I don't think we could relax, so we changed to this bungalow, which is actually pretty awesome. And they upgraded us for free too. Really, really nice people here so far. Which is like right on the water. It's got a bit of grass in front of it. It's a bit further away from everything, so it's nice and quiet, they said. And tomorrow is a really big public holiday. I don't want to butcher the name of it, but it's the equivalent to like the Independence Day. So when, I believe it's when Cambodia was freed from the Khmer Rouge. I might be butchering that. If I am, I'm sorry. It might be from when they became an independent nation from France. I'll actually find that out and I'll let you guys know. But they told me tomorrow, big public holiday in Cambodia. Lots of people come down to Kampot, like, and to the coast, like to Kep and stuff, to go on holidays, like local tourism and stuff. So I think it's going to be pretty cool here tomorrow. They got like a bunch of barbecues set up, looking at a jet ski going past, which we're probably going to have to do while we're here. I think it's going to be a pretty cool vibe here tomorrow. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm absolutely knackered. 3 to 4 hours in the tuk-tuk is like as much as you want to drive during one session, I think. I think I said that on a previous video, but like anything more than that, it's just like it gets a bit much. It's not the most comfortable ride. Like the first hour or two, I'm absolutely having a ball, listening to music and just like looking at the countryside. But then after that, after a couple of hours, it starts to get a bit old. So we're just going to order some food into our room and call it a night pretty early tonight because we are very tired.
Super lucky that we got our room upgraded. We're just about to head into town. We're gonna go check out Kampot. We've got just grab some stuff from the shops, some food for Lila, that type of thing, and maybe just have a look around. The area is beautiful. It's a super windy day, so it's not too hot, but the sun's out and we're just excited to be in a new place.
I knew it would be nice down here at sunset. We're going to check out this crab restaurant, which is on a boat. It looks really cool. We saw it this morning, and yeah, we're going to check it out. Hello, how are you? Probably, yeah. Wow, this is pretty awesome. Hey.
It's so beautiful. Wow.
I guess we should name the restaurant. It's called Kampot, Kampot. And this is, I think this might be the first day they're opening. They're setting everything up, and there's like a really nice indoor section, which we'll probably go and eat in, because we just came up to the rooftop, which is epic. There's like all these lanterns, and you can see like the whole river and everything, the beach behind me. It's really, really nice. And they got like heaps of tables just sort of on the ground set up with cushions. This is probably where we'd hang out and eat and drink, but it's a bit hard with Lila because she just wants to run around, and not ideal with a baby, but it's a pretty cool setup. I really like it. I think we might be the first people to come here, honestly.
And the bridge is so cool. So we drove over the bridge today, and now I have just realized that the whole thing is lighting up. All down here has all lights. It's gonna look amazing as soon as it gets dark. It's already starting to. I love it here.
Yeah, and that beach behind us, just down there, I saw it today and wasn't sure if it was much, but it's full of people. All the locals are down there. It's all lit up. They're like flying kites and got swings, and so I think we might head there, go for a walk down that way after dinner, because it looks like there's a lot happening down there.
So since we've been in Cambodia, it feels like everywhere's sort of built around the river. Everywhere's kind of got a riverfront, and that kind of seems to be where everyone kind of migrates in the afternoons, and everything seems to be happening mostly around the river. Just seems to be a theme everywhere, and I can totally understand why. It's been so cool. So many cool restaurants down this street, lots of cafes. I really like Kampot so far.
Also, just a side note, if anybody knows anything about this, so far we've been to Siem Reap, Phnom Penh and Kampot, and every place has a happy pizza joint. Can someone tell us what's up with that? Like how do they all? How does every city have a happy pizza joint? And if you've been here, you probably know what I'm talking about when I say happy pizza. Yeah, just an observation. Okay, we just got down the beach on Riverside and it looks epic. Everyone's out having fun, which is pretty standard for Southeast Asia. Honestly, one of the best things about driving a tuk-tuk in Cambodia is you can park pretty much anywhere. You can park where the motorbikes park, you can park where the tuk-tuks park. Like, you don't have to park in a car parking spot. Like, I'm just parked here on the side of the road, and no one's going to give us shit because they just assume it's a local tuk-tuk driver or whatever, and like there's no rules against tuk-tuks parking here, which is awesome. Makes life so much easier.
Okay, so we've been double upgraded since we've been here. Just because someone's not staying in their presidential suite or presidential, I think it's called the presidential suite, something like that. We get to stay here for the next 2 nights and it's pretty awesome, I have to say. There's like big kitchen area and it overlooks the river. There's big like outdoor living space, massive bedroom with so many windows, as you can see behind me. A huge bathroom. You can see like coconuts on the trees and just all the details. The artwork is absolutely beautiful, and just this beautiful breeze coming in at the moment. Oh, I love it. This is awesome.
I'll drive. All right, we're gonna try one of these powered boats that look like cars. I don't know what to call it, honestly. But it's been pretty windy since we got here, but it's dying down a little bit, and it's just about sunset, so we're going to give it a shot. Number 5. Hey. I'm sure it can't be any harder than TukTuk. Okay. Forwards, backwards, on. Steering.
Horn.
Head on.
Đi cô stop.
Yep.
Ini terau ya.
Okay.
Oh.
Kratawi's reverse. Okay.
Alright.
Akon. Bye-bye. Woo!
Way better.
We have something against kayaking. This is beautiful.
Oh, so this boat's coming past, hopefully not too quick because it's going to create a huge wake. Nah, it's not going to be bad. We saw one of these yesterday right out the front of our cabin, and this boat came just zooming past with a massive wake, and the guys in this like nearly tipped over. It was pretty funny to watch.
This shouldn't be too bad.
Nah, it's fine. Whoa. All right, Lila and Mandy, you're gonna ride the carousel, which is brand new here. I think we're one of the first people to ride this. This is pretty cool. How good's this?
When there's nothing to say, 'cause you don't have to go out every day with your good eyes, your good eyes, with your good eyes, your good
We are on our way to TukTuk, I believe is how you pronounce it, from Kampot. It says it's around 2 hours-ish in a car, so it's probably going to take us around 3 or 3.5 to get to where the ferry will take us over to the island. But I'm really excited to get to the islands. It's been actually a little bit chilly here, to be honest, in Kampot, which was really strange, really windy. But it was just a nice break from the heat. But now we're excited to get back to the beach.
Guy at the resort I was just talking to said he used to work out at TukTuk. So it's probably going to be colder there at night and in the morning.
Really? Oh my goodness. Okay, well we are not prepared for any sort of cold weather whatsoever. So we're doing our best with our one pair of trackies that we own, but yeah, we'll see how we go. I think it's going to be so beautiful.
So it's a private island and you just have to book the speedboat for whatever time you want to go. So it's 9 o'clock now. I told him 2 p.m. Just to be safe. So we've got 5 hours to get there, but we got to get some supplies because I have no idea what's going to be out there. It's pretty much just like one private island with a hotel on it. pretty empty on oil.
Yeah.
Good thing we checked before we left.
Yeah.
We're pretty low on oil.
Yeah.
That's why they tell you to check it every day. Because we've driven it about maybe 450 kilometers and the oil is pretty much empty. Yeah.
This is the bumpiest, least developed road we've had to drive down so far. The speaker just bounced out of the tuk-tuk and some little kid had to run and grab it for us. It was nice of him to actually return it. Yeah, it's pretty rough at the moment.
Yeah, it says we're 57 kilometers away, but an hour and a half. I don't know how long it's going to be like this for, but it's not good for a tuk-tuk.
It sucks. It's really bouncy back here. Lila's been sleeping up until now though, so not bad, but yeah, we've got a bit to go.
This is rough. Just a dirt road. Potholes everywhere. Have to drive 20 kilometers an hour.
Well, one of Lloyd's shoes fell out while we were driving and we're still stuck on this incredibly bumpy road. Now we're going back trying to find his shoe. Otherwise he's gonna have to go shoeless for a few days because there's not gonna be anywhere for us to buy him any. Ugh. Alright, no luck. We just tried driving back for like another 5-10, but we don't want to spend more time on this road, so
We've got a boat to catch.
we got a boat to catch as well, so he's gonna have to go barefoot for a little while.
Oh man, that is rough. That is by far the worst road we've driven on this trip. Just potholes everywhere. It's not paved at all. Fastest you can go is like 20 kilometers an hour. It's so bumpy, so dusty, so loud. But there's a lot of traffic on it, which is crazy. So I don't understand why it's not paved. It looks like we might be past the worst of it. It's still unpaved, but it looks pretty flat at least. And then I think we're turning onto another road in like 5 kilometers. So I'm really hoping the next road is going to be paved because we've still got 42 kilometers until we get to the boat pier. It's saying we're going to get there with plenty of time. I was hoping we'd be able to grab some lunch or something before we jump on the boat, but we'll just have to see how we go.
We made it. Oh my goodness, that was so rough. This is intense in a tuk-tuk. Oh my goodness, I've never been happier to see a paved road in my entire life. I don't want to sound too dramatic, but like it's so bumpy in the back of this tuk-tuk and I was so worried about Lila during that, but she was laughing and smiling the entire time. Oh, it's just so dusty. Like I'm so covered in dust right now. We lost a shoe, almost lost the speaker. It was that bumpy, and like there was just nothing you could do about it. Like we were going as slow as we possibly could without stalling the tuk-tuk. So, wow, yeah, we made it. Good job, honey. I just was saying to Lloyd that whenever we have to go through like a rough journey or like something goes wrong on the way to somewhere, it's usually because it's a really cool place or something awesome is going to happen there. So I have a really good feeling about this island now. And that's also a way that I cope with going through tough moments of being like, this is just temporary and the payoff's gonna be worth it. So, yeah, let's hope it's worth it.
Wow, look how dusty this is. Everything's so dusty. Look.
Yeah.
How good does that taste after that trip?
Oh man. I'm probably not going to have any drinks for a while, especially on this island, but yeah, that was stressful. That's the only time on this trip where I've felt like I wish we weren't in a tuk-tuk.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. Only lasted about an hour.
Yeah. Gotta get through the shitty stuff for the good
mouth's
stuff.
full of dust.
Yeah, there's a thin coating, or I should actually say a thick coating of dust on everything we have now. Like all the cameras and everything needs a clean. All our clothes were already quite dirty. Of course, they were all white today too. Stupid. The day I chose to wear all white. The ocean looks incredible though. I think this is totally going to be worth it.
Okay, so we got to this restaurant, which is literally like at the pier where we get the speedboat to the island, and like everything on the menu seemed just kind of expensive. So I just ordered like a basic beef fried rice, which was $10, which means not that much, but for Cambodia it's pretty expensive, and it's a very local restaurant. But now I understand why everything's expensive. Look at the size of this. So you're eating now, huh?
I guess I'll have some.
Mandy wasn't even hungry. I guess we'll all share this. I'm starving, so I'm stoked. All right, we just got to the boat pier and just waiting for the boat. We're a little bit early. We made it here in pretty good time in the end, even after all that. And it's about a 20-minute boat ride to the island. It's really, really nice to be back on the ocean. It's been like over 2 months since we've been on the ocean. I'm really looking forward to seeing what this island is like and what this resort's like. All right, here's our ride to the island. Just basically like a 6 to 8 person dinghy. Hopefully we don't get wet. I think we should be all right.
Yeah, yes, make it up.
Where are we going? I have no idea. I'm excited though. Rock. You can kind of see it looks like an elephant.
And then the big one, the U point.
This
can go from the resort maybe 20 minutes.
Okay.
Made it. Hello. How are you?
Wow, this is fully off-grid, hey. Just walking through the jungle here to our cabin. It's a private beach, and it's really, really quiet.
Oh my goodness. You guys have no idea how good this swim feels. Oh, the water's incredible. We've got a full private beach here at the resort. We're staying in a really rustic cabin. It's pretty much like camping. Wouldn't be for everyone, but I think we needed this.
It is so quiet here. It's almost like hard to deal with a little bit, especially from going from like Bali and then Phnom Penh, like where everything's kind of overwhelming, to just this. Like it's pretty much just us on this deserted beach island. Yeah, everything really slows down, and you gotta. It sounds weird, but it's for me, it's kind of hard to get used to. Do you agree, Andy?
Yeah, Lloyd and I have a bit of an escapism problem, if you haven't caught on to that yet. So like when we do slow down and then you have to sort of like process your emotions and your thoughts and stuff when you're staying still. It's good. We definitely needed it, I can tell, but yeah, it's been a bit overwhelming and really hard to sit still. But that's how I know it's a sign that we needed to do this for sure, and it's a perfect place to do it.
Yeah, usually wherever we are, like for me personally, like early afternoon, like 4 or 5, I feel like I need to get out and do something, go to the gym or go train, go for like a motorbike ride, or like just do something just to get sort of that anxious energy out. And I feel like here you kind of just have to sit with it, which like Mandy said, is probably a good thing. So our cabin is down that beach there, and then you've got the restaurant here. There's like the games room up here, hammocks, seats, lounge chairs, and then just past here is what's called Long Beach, which is where we were yesterday morning, and it's a really long stretch of beautiful beach. I ran up and back yesterday and it's just amazing. So everything's kind of just within like walking distance here. You do not need to go anywhere else. Okay, I'm sure it's fine, but pretty much every tree in this resort has a sign warning about snakes. And this one's kind of the most concerning because it says to check under your bed before going to bed because there may be snakes. As I said, I'm sure it's nothing, but also I feel like there's a reason for those signs. Like someone had to have had a snake in their bed in order for them to put those signs there. So literally on like every second tree there's a sign about the snakes. On here, every tree. Now I'm thinking I need to go back and read the reviews for this place to see if anyone had some bad snake encounters, because that's a lot of signs. And then when you walk back to our cabin, it's just like every tree's got a sign on it. So obviously we were freaking out a little bit, expecting to see a snake in our room, or at least around, but so far we haven't seen any, and I'm hoping it stays that way because I'm not a big fan of snakes. But the room does have a bit of a snaky vibe. It's rustic, there's gaps under the doors. Like I can see how snakes would definitely get in, and it was playing on my mind last night. In the middle of the night, I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, last night when we went to bed, we were definitely checking under the covers, checking under the bed, making sure there was no snakes, and luckily there wasn't.
Sunsets here are pretty magical, I have to say. Hey, Lila? Like so dreamy, beautiful, beautiful colors. Gonna miss it here. I'm so happy that we made the trek out here. Just learned a new game. We don't know if it's abalone or abalone.
It's the most popular game in France and Germany and Spain.
Yeah.
Or it won an award or something.
In cans, apparently. We're just cons? Is it cons? We don't know if we're playing it right, but
We're playing it right.
it's pretty fun. We had to watch a YouTube video, and we just found someone's channel, a niche where he just describes how to play board games. Smartest YouTube channel ever. He even had merch and t-shirts. Good on him.
The abalone video has 90,000 views in 5 years.
Killing it.
Alright, I guess I better check for snakes. Just gonna check for snakes, honey.
You see one? Can you pretend you didn't?
Oh, that actually kind of looks like it's not though. I think we're all good. No snakes. But as you can see here, the door, even when it's shut, there's like a bit of a crack. So a snake could get in. But it won't. Alright, someone who's watching who knows more about snakes than me. Is this a snake trail? Are these snake trails? I don't know if you can see on camera. Leading up to the tree. And then it goes back here. All the way here. Under there. The staff here like do a really good job of raking the beach so it looks nice every day, but I've noticed first thing in the morning you can see these trails, which is kind of creeping me out. Look at this, here's another one. Let us know down below. There's got to be some kind of a snake tracking expert watching. Is that a snake trail?
Okay, this is definitely the most rustic place I think we've stayed at in a very long time. No hot showers. Sand kind of gets everywhere, but I think we really needed this. We both were just like go, 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 kind of went back to survival mode a little bit, and being forced to just like slow down and stay here has been really good for us. Like I feel like it's been a really good reset, and it really just makes you appreciate little things like a hot shower. But we really enjoyed our time here. We'll leave a link in the description to this place if you want to come have like an authentic, off-grid, more like a camping experience. but you're still like protected and staying in like a proper bed. And wow, the food has been incredible here. Like, yeah, you get cooked for properly. You're not just eating hot dogs over the fire. It's pretty awesome food. And cool games room, and the view and the beach, like just having the whole private beach to ourselves. We enjoyed this so much. But now we're heading off to, how do I say? Koh Rong Samloem. We're super excited. There's actually meant to be a mini mart there, which we actually need. There's been no shops or anything on this island. It's very remote. So it's about a 15-minute boat ride back to the mainland, and then we've got about an hour drive in the tuk-tuk to where the ferry takes off to Koh Rong Samloem. Hey, back to our tuk-tuk. It was all here. Cost $7.50 to park it for 3 days, which isn't too bad, and they like kept an eye on it and everything. Now we're gonna race and see if we can make the 2 o'clock ferry. Let's see if the tuk-tuk starts. Oh,
Second go.
That was good.
So much mixed information about where the ferry goes from and how long it takes to drive there. So I did the safe bet and booked this at 4 o'clock ferry. It's only 11 now. I also had mixed information about what time the boat would bring us here. So I gave us heaps of buffer, and now I'm thinking we could probably just go and get on that 2 o'clock ferry.
Let's go try.
All we need to do is go to get cash out because there's no ATMs on the island, and most of the shops and restaurants only take cash. Except the resort we're staying at includes breakfast and takes credit cards. So
okay.
We don't need that.
We could survive.
No, we need some cash.
Yeah.
This is too big.
Big.
Yeah.
Spoke too soon.
Spoke too soon. We went to reverse and just turned off.
ไปแช่งមិនសិនវាអត់ចូលភ្លើងអត់ចូលអាប់លោ
Flashes, eh?
គាត់ไปแช่ងមិនហ្នឹងឆេះហើយ
It's weird that it turned on and then just shut off.
Yeah, it tells me it's like a loose connection or something. Alright, well that was a bit hectic. Our tuk-tuk started, then I tried to back it out and it shut off. And we couldn't get it going again. It seemed like maybe a loose electrical wire. The boat driver came and gave us a hand. He was really cool. And my guess is that that rough road we took made something come loose. And yeah, we could have taken it like just down the street to the mechanic. One of the guys offered to take us down there, and it probably would have cost like $5 to get it fixed. But there was really no need because that was our last trip with the tuk-tuk. They were just going to come here to the ferry port and pick it up anyway today. So it's only half an hour down the road. We just left it there and got a taxi here. We made it to the ferry port, and we've got about an hour or so to the next boat which we're getting on. We got on an early one. Everything is shut, which is kind of weird. There's like a mini mart over here, there's a bar here, there's restaurants up there, but they're all closed, so I don't know what the deal is there. And I still haven't got any shoes. In case you missed it in the last video, I lost one of my Birkenstocks on the drive here, and I haven't worn shoes since. Alright, we made it to Koh Rong Samloem, but it's a bit confusing because like there's like 2 piers here and like no roads or anything, but all the resorts and hotels are along the beach. So you got to like figure out which pier to get off at, and then we got off on the second one, and there's a guy here, like it's kind of like a taxi boat service. He's just calling the resort that we're staying at to come and pick us up. He said to wait, I don't know, 5-10 minutes or whatever. So just having a beer at the pier here. It looks pretty awesome. It looks pretty beautiful. I'm looking forward to seeing this hotel. Alright, we got on a boat.
We've had a bit of a day. Had a bit of a few days.
Yeah, it's interesting. They don't. There's not like too much direction or instruction or anything. You kind of just gotta like have faith that it'll work out.
And guess where to get off.
Guess where to get off. Guess how to get to your hotel. Guess how to get onto the boat and which boat to get onto. But once you do that, it's sweet.
Yeah, if you're just patient and you're not in a rush, everything's cool. And just have a beer while you're waiting.
From the other, 'cause it doesn't mean so much in the end. I've been trying to breathe underwater. I've been trying to hide 'cause I'm scared. Confusing which is one from the other, 'cause it doesn't mean so much in the end.
Alright, we've just arrived at a resort. As we were pulling in, Lloyd's like, I was like, oh, I think I can see it. And Lloyd's like, oh, can you see the igloos? I was like, they're domes, they're not igloos, but I support the igloo thing, so we're probably going to be calling them igloos now that we're staying here. This resort's called Moonlight Resort. Oh, they're really cool looking.
It's an igloo.
It does look it does sort of look like an igloo with windows. They've got really beautiful like arched windows and doors. They're pretty unique. The beach is beautiful. It's very quiet. Doesn't feel like many people are here. Excited to see what the room looks like.
This beach.
Isn't it so nice? It's beautiful. Igloos. Icon. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Hello, sister. Thank you.
Hi, baby. Hey. So baby, and then so we check in here.
Okay.
It's more better.
Yes, thank you so much. So thoughtful.
And then please enjoy with the welcome drink first.
Thank
This one
you.
is pineapple juice, and 2 of this is orange juice.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Do you need a passport?
Yeah.
Wash your feet first. No sand allowed in this place.
It's igloo.
No sand allowed in the igloo. Oh, this doesn't work.
Cool.
Does it? This doesn't work very good. It's just dribbles, but at least it gets the sand off.
No electricity, so there's probably no problem.
Oh, that's true. How long's the electricity shut off?
Sometimes.
Okay. I kind of vibe with that.
What,
I like
what do
when
you do with this?
I just let it dribble.
Okay, yeah.
We can't? My feet are... Did he say no?
No, you.
Oh. I thought he said no. I cleaned my feet. Wow, this is so cool.
I'm scared. Cause it doesn't mean so much in the end. Why can't you hold me? Why can't you hold me? Why can't you hold me?
Wow, this place is so unique and so cool. Look at this rooftop. It's so cool in here, and I was kind of like skeptical that they'd actually have everything that we need in here, but they have a fridge, air con. They've even got like an extra little space back here. That's like a day bed type thing, which is awesome with Lila. If one of us is like sleeping here, we need more space. So good. There's so many windows. They're closed at the moment. I'm gonna open them up. Shower, space for snacks. After just being in Koh Tak, you have like this, like feels massive. That's fine.
Hostel?
What's it called?
The barbecue one?
Barbecue.
Yeah, that one?
Thank you. Thank you.
Mandy's so comfortable that she come to breakfast in her robe, and I almost joined her, but I just couldn't do it. I don't know. Maybe tomorrow I will.
By day 3, I'll have him in his robe at breakfast. That's how relaxed I am.
Also, we're the only ones here. We're literally the only people staying at this hotel, so I would probably come to breakfast in my undies if I wanted.
No, Lila.
So we were actually told by a bunch of people, we asked heaps of people whether we should come to Koh Rong or Koh Rong Samloem, which, if you don't know, they're two islands right next to each other. And Koh Rong's bigger, there's a bit more infrastructure, and we were told by a lot of people there was like a lot more of like a party vibe. And just more like sort of stuff to do, but if you want to chill, come to Koh Rong Samloem. And a lot of people said Koh Rong Samloem, there's just like not really much of a vibe, but we found last night the vibe to be awesome. We stayed out, we went to this hostel called Wonders at about like 5 o'clock around sort of sunset, just to have a beer and have some dinner. There was like chill music, lots of people there, lots of young people. Lila was running around playing soccer with people and volleyball, and she was loving it.
and she ended up falling asleep there after dinner, and we stayed until like 9:30, 10 o'clock, which is late for us, because they had like this fire twirling show, and like they were doing like all these different games and stuff. We were just sitting there watching, but it was fun. And even further down, like they had a bunch of places with like barbecues and like reggae music, and like, I don't know, I was expecting, from what other people were saying, a lot less, and I actually really like the vibe here. I think we made the right choice in coming here, especially with Lila. Like, where we're staying, it's like probably a 10-minute walk from where sort of the more party sort of scene happens, so it's really quiet, but it's there, and we can like go and be around young people, which is cool. So I'm actually really happy with the choice we made in coming to Koh Rong Samloem. So thanks to Sam and Steph for the recommendation. This is the traditional Khmer pork breakfast. Actually, we're having it with chicken, but same thing. And it's got grilled chicken with rice and egg, and then like this broth soup, and you got like chili and pickled veg as well. Looks awesome. A bit of a hard time deciding what to do, because we've got pretty much 2 full days here, today and tomorrow, and then we leave on Friday, and we've got this whole beautiful resort to ourselves, literally. We got everything we need. We got day beds, 2 pools, we got the beachfront right there. Look at this view. Our room's really nice. We got Wi-Fi, we can order drinks from the bar and food, but then on the other hand, like, do we go and explore the island? Do we go for a walk to the other side of the island? I know there's some waterfalls to check out, and there's some other beaches. I don't know. Do we chill here, relax and enjoy this, or do I basically make Mandy come on an adventure with me? Because that's what it'll be. I don't know what to do. I think for now we're going to relax.
Day 2. All it took was day 2. I thought it was going to take till day 3, but we got him in the robe for brekkie.
I didn't think I'd like it, but it's very comfortable. Sitting out here eating breakfast.
Yeah. Okay, I just want to share a little bit about this accommodation after being here for a couple days now. Although it is extremely aesthetically pleasing, especially in the room, we have had a few issues being here. We're still having an incredible time, and I want to say that the food has been incredible. That being said, last night we got back from having dinner and a couple drinks, and there was no water, so we couldn't even like wash our feet off or anything after like walking back on the beach. We went into the back to try and see what was going on, if there was like a hose or just maybe they could turn the water on for us, and we couldn't find anybody. There was no staff around to help us or anything, so we did our best to get all the sand off of us. We weren't able to have like a shower or anything before going to bed, so that was like a bit frustrating. And even when we woke up this morning, there was still no water, so we just like jumped straight in the ocean. It's fine. Yeah, just like little things like that. the water has been an issue, and then also the power has been going out every day for a few hours, like in the middle of the day, which is fine because we just we've just been going out anyway. But I want to be honest, and yeah, if you are coming here, it is very aesthetically pleasing, great for photos, and like I like choosing accommodation that's a little bit unique. Obviously it's more eye-catching and like more visually appealing for videos and things, but yeah, there are a few flaws, I guess you could say, and I just want to be honest with you guys about what our experience has been like. That being said, this could just be an island thing, you know, like we're on an island, you can't expect everything to be the same as like with the infrastructure as like a city.
There's this one little monkey here who has gotten near Lila a couple of times. I don't trust him, I don't know what his plan is, but Lila's just sort of walking around the area. We've got our eye on her, and twice now we've seen him sort of start to get a little bit too close. What's your deal, buddy? Huh? Right, we've convinced them to let me drive one of these tractor thingy, whatever it is. So we just paid double. He's going to show me how to drive. Sick.
Look at your own chair. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's fun. I've realised like anyone will let you drive anything around here if you just pay a bit extra.
Yeah. So they wanted us to pay $5 for the ride.
Which was expensive. Like
yeah, it was $2.
$2. I ended up paying $10 just because I really wanted to see what it was like driving one of those things. And very easy to drive, very cruisy. You don't have to like keep your foot on an accelerator or your hand on an accelerator or anything. You just cruise. Alright, so where we are in Koh Rong Samloem is pretty much like the centre of the island. It's called Sarakam Bay. So if you are booking accommodation to come here, make sure it's in Sarakam Bay so that you can access all of this. So this is like a big strip of like hostels, restaurants, hotels, resorts. There's just a lot of options, and there's like barbecues going on every night, and like fire shows, and it just feels like this is the part of the island where there's actually something happening. There's a little mini mart there. We were actually worried when we got here that there wasn't going to be any mini mart. That's what people kept telling us, like there was nothing here. There's way more here than what I thought.
And so the other options, if you want to stay somewhere else, there's Lazy Beach, which is really quiet. There's a resort just over there, which is called Pearl Resort, and they've pretty much got their own private beach. If that's what you're into, that'd be a good option as well. And then there's Empire Bay, M''Pi, P-A-I, which is like this one over here, I believe. But like, just look at the water here. It's absolutely incredible. It's crystal clear blue. It's not crazy busy, but there's like a little bit going on. There's like a bunch of tours that leave from here. You can go snorkeling. You can go on speedboat tours. You can walk to the other side of the island if that's what you want to do. Or you can just do what we have been doing and just enjoying the water and swimming and relaxing here. And then eating really, really good food. And everything's really cheap. Like, I thought on an island like this, they would jack the prices up like they usually do. Not the case. Food's been pretty much the same price we've gotten in other cities. Drinks the same, everything's been the same. Where's cashew nut curry been this whole
I don't know.
2 months?
Unreal. So we're at a place called Sweet Time. It's not as busy as the other places, but if you come here, order the cashew nut curry, a little bit spicy. This is one of the better meals that we've had since we've been here, but we haven't had a bad meal since we've been here. Have we? No. The food's been so good.
And we kind of fall into a trap where we do this wherever we go. Is we go to one place and it's really good, and we just keep going back there.
Yeah.
So we've got to force ourselves to try somewhere new. So we've been to 3 places.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they've all been good.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is pretty much Sarakan Bay Beach. It's quite a long beach. It's probably, I would say, I don't know, 3 kilometers, 4, 5 kilometers, I don't know. But the actual stretch where all of the like restaurants and the mini mart is probably only like a couple 100 meters long. So where we're staying is just down the beach there. It's about a 10-minute walk. We've been eating at this restaurant here pretty much every day or every night because it's just a really good vibe. It's really chill, really comfy. There's a lot of area for Mandy for Lila to run around, and they accept card. A few places do accept card. There's one thing I read before I came here, that you needed cash everywhere. It's not everywhere. You go to certain spots, they will take card. And as you can see, it's about 5:30, nearly sunset, and people are out and about. But it's not too crazy. Like, it's just people chilling, playing volleyball. A lot of kids running around. I think a lot of people are probably just getting back from their tours and stuff. Honest opinion, if I was to come here again, and if I were you, these are the 3 places I would stay. If I just wanted a nice, not too expensive, but a nice accommodation, I'd probably do Sarah Resort, where we've been eating. It's not too expensive, but it's quite nice. They've got a nice pool and everything. The restaurant's really good, and it's right in the middle here. If I was a backpacker in my 20s or whatever, single, maybe a couple, I wanted something cheaper and more of a sort of younger vibe, I would stay at Wonders, which looks like a really cool hotel. That's where we've been eating dinner every night. If I wanted to spend a little bit extra and have like a little bit more of a luxurious experience, I would stay at La Passion. And they're all right next to each other. There's La Passion, there's Wonders, and there's Sarah right there. And what I like about it here is you pretty much don't need to leave this couple 100-meter stretch if you're staying here, which just makes it so easy to relax. Like, you can come down the beach, you can go back to your room, you can go for a swim, you can get something to eat, you can try the different places to eat and drink, and there's barbecue at pretty much every restaurant. And like, Lila's been out with us at night. She's just been falling asleep in the lounge chairs. We've been staying out till like 9, 10 o'clock, which is pretty odd for us, but I've liked it, and we just carry her home asleep, and it's been great. So that's my little recommendation, and that is just a little bit of a point of view of this beach, which is honestly probably one of our new favourite beaches and places to visit. We will definitely be coming back here.
I'm looking for so much more. Don't leave me here searching. You're just what I'm longing for. When times are getting crazy and everything seems hazy, is there some place for safety? I